out how to get on and use our new texting program that allows you to text with your landline. So what you want to do is go ahead and open up a web browser, whatever web browser you want to use, and then you want to go to messenger.ccgconnect.com. You can see it right here at the top, and you'll hit enter there. Should take you to this login page. When you sign up, you should have got an email that will allow you to create your username and password. You go ahead and log in with that. You can keep it logged in if you'd like, but go ahead and sign in. That should take you into this page. It's going to open up to the default page right here. You can see your phone number up here. You can change the display name, a few things like that you'd like to do. But that allows you to get in and see who's texted you and who hasn't. So I've got Scooby-Doo here that I'm texting back and forth. So if they've texted in, we'll see what that is. But if I want to text this person, I can text out and say, how are you? They'll text that message out to them. They should receive that on their end. We'll give them a few minutes here, and then they should text us back. And I can respond and back and forth just like I would with anybody on a texting program. It's nice to be able to do it here because you've got a keyboard. So you can see Scooby-Doo text me back. Great, thanks. If I'm not on that user already, this will be actually highlighted in black. And then it will show me that there's one message for them. Then I can select that person and then respond to them. Like I said, you can respond by text. You can also do emojis. You can also send attachments to those people so that they can see those. Like I said, and then it'll be a list of anybody that you've contacted recently will be listed right here over on the left, and new ones will show up at the top so that you can then respond to those. I will show you in a later video how you can do that also on a cell phone, but for now, this is how you'll do it on a browser, on a computer. So like I said, the responses will come in. You can send and receive responses to those people on this page. Now, if I want to add a contact, I go into the contacts page. I pick a contact. If I want to edit one, I can just choose it and then click this edit pencil right here, which will then allow me to edit that contact information. If I want to text that person, I just click on the little squares here, which will take me into that, bring them up, and I will be able to text them, information back and forth. But back under the contacts, if I want to add a new one, if I don't have the person in the system, I can just click this add button. I can put in their phone number. Make sure I have enough. There we go. And then I put a name in here. I can add other information, contact or company information, job titles, things like that if you want. Minimal, you want at least their phone number in there so that you can contact them. And I click add. As you can see, that adds that person to your contacts list, and so that you can go in and contact them and text them at any point. Also, if they text in, by having them in my contacts list, instead of just a number showing up, you'll see their name over in the list on the other page. Another thing on this contacts list that you can do is create actual lists or groups of people that you can send to. So in order to do that, I can come in here and I can put in the name of it. Like if I wanted a specific group of people, I can say customers, or I can say business people, or whatever. I can name that whatever I want. So a description so I know who's in the group, and then I can add people to the group. I can select them either from the contacts list that I've already created, or I can do a CSV file. If I already have a customer list with names and numbers in it, I can import that in here and not have to type them all in. But once I create that list, I can hit add, and you can see it creates this list. And what that does for me is I can then contact all of the people on this list with one email. So at that point, I can click on this. I can type whatever message I want to type to them. And it will send that to everybody on that contact list. The good thing about that is that it does give them the option to be able to opt out of that list, so they can click stop, which will allow them to be automatically removed from that list, which allows us to get that information. And if they don't want to be on the list, then they can be removed automatically just by texting stop. That's the main things under this. Like I said, you can create multiple lists with different people on it based on the type of people that you want to contact with the information that you're sending. And then, like I said, you can add contacts. With contacts, you can also add an entire list through with a CSV file. If you look at this little arrow in the bottom right-hand corner, you can click on that, which will then allow me to choose a CSV file that you can create in a spreadsheet program of your choice. And you can then import those in there, and it'll auto-populate your contacts list, which then you don't have to manually type all your contact users in. Okay, so that's kind of that option, your contacts list. The next one is your auto-reply options. Under your auto reply options, if you click on it, it allows you to create auto responses to people's requests. You can see right here we have this one called address, and what it does is anytime somebody types the word address in a text to you, it'll auto respond with the information that you put in this one. You can also tell it how often or when you want it to send it, so you can set a schedule, and this one goes out anytime. So if anytime somebody types address to my number, it's going to auto respond with that address. That way you can get information quick to people without somebody having to be watching all the time. But there's a bunch of different options. You can also do a reoccurring or a date range. So if you want it to only do it during certain times of day or things like that, you can adjust that. And then you can also say that it will only send to people in your contacts list or people not in your contacts list. And that's important. If you have somebody that's not your customer and not in your contacts list, you may want to allow them to get the address of where your business is at so that they can come in and sign up, things like that. You can also say that it has to match exactly. That means that they have to type it exactly the way you have it typed it in this keyword spot. Otherwise, it won't get a response. But then you can update that, and then anytime somebody types address and sends it to that number, then it'll auto respond with that information that you had typed in this field here. And you can adjust that field or anything that you want to do. You can see we got a response here. And she typed hours, and so there should hopefully get an auto response here shortly. Nope, that one's not a keyword, but that's okay. So, but yeah, then you can see there's different options you can put in there. You can set time restraints and stuff like that. So like after hours, when you're closed, it can respond saying, hey, our business is closed. Please contact us between these hours and things like that. So, excuse me. Also, some of the things you can do is set up suggested replies. What that allows you to do is you can set up specific answers that you want to certain questions. That way, if you have somebody that's new or that doesn't know how to respond to some things, you can put suggested replies in there so that when they're typing or they get a specific question, you can have an answer already created in that in the system. So that they can choose one of those auto responses or those auto replies and then send that rather than them having to type the whole information in. You can see we had Scooby-Doo ask what our address was, and it auto replied to that. So like I said, that's a nice option. Then you don't have to have somebody monitoring all the time for generic questions that can be answered by auto respond. So that's that tab. The next one is our templates. You can create templates as well. That just helps to make the look of things and stuff. Also reporting, it will allow you to get some information about what's happened, who's contacted you, did somebody fail when they tried to contact you, did you send a response, who's contacted you the most, and things like that. That way you can tell, how many people have how much your texting program is working for you and going well. Advanced search is just a way to search for a particular user. If you have a whole bunch of contact information and everything like that, then you can search for a specific date and time so that you can go back and look. Like if I'm texting with somebody that's having an internet problem and I'm trying to help them get through that. We may have tried a bunch of different things. Let's say I'm out of town for vacation and one of my colleagues wants to go in and see what we've done. They can search for that person, go back and see what we've already talked about so that they can then pick up where we left off and not repeat some of the same things that we've done. Global settings, that just allows you to change the coloring and some of the things like that, the look of and feel of the program, and you're welcome to adjust those at any time. Help just gives you some of the information that I'm giving you here, but even more, so that if you have questions, you can go in there and get some answers. The last one, like I said, is this blast program. And like I said, that just lets you bring up existing lists that you've already created. Click on it and you can go ahead and send that blast out right from that location. Then you don't have to go through there. You can just do it from this list below. Anyway, that's some great features that we have in the new texting program. Allows you to contact more people. Also allows them to contact you more. So if you have questions, feel free to give us a call. Look through the help program. Our phone number 435-835-2929. And feel free to give us a call. We can help you out with the texting program once you get signed up. If you'd like to sign up, you can also sign up at manti.com and look for our texting information, and you can sign up for the program right there online. Thank you, and have a great day.